everybody, I'm Darlene and I would like to welcome you to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a wonderful side dish. It's a vegetable and I am making sauteed yellow squash. And my family, my kids, my husband and I, we love squash done like this, cooked like this. When I was young, I did not like squash. I didn't like any kind of squash. I had yellow squash made as like squash casserole, but it was real mushy. It was all mushed. I didn't like it. I didn't like the texture. I didn't like the taste or anything. This squash is so good. If I had ever had it when I was young, I would have loved it. My kids absolutely love it. They can't get enough of it. They love it. It's super easy to make too. I mean, it's just simple. It is simple and quick and delicious. So anyway, I really think that you guys will like it. I hope that you give it a try, because you can have vegetables and stuff made different ways. Some ways you will not like it at all. Other ways you will love it. So, and this is the case for me with this squash. I totally didn't like it. I absolutely love it now, this way. So I hope that you guys try this. Now the recipe, all that we need for it is, I have my yellow squash. I have 3. And I have 1 onion. It's up to you if you want to put an onion in it, okay? That's just up to you. If you don't like it, don't put it in it. I have my salt and pepper, my parsley flakes, some garlic salt, and I have some olive oil. Yeah, very easy. I'm going to cut these up and we're going to saute them. And they are so good. They're so good. Alrighty, so let's get busy. Okay, so make sure my camera's working. Okay, so I've got my camera. That. I have my cutting board. Now my squash, I have already washed them off, rinsed them real good, and I've cut off the tops. I will cut off the bottoms too as I get to them. So I'm just going to slice these up, and I don't slice them real thin and I don't slice them real thick, but I'll show you about how thick I do them. These are so good. They're so good. I really do hope that you guys try them this way, because I was amazed at how much I love them. They have so much flavor. Done this way, cooked in the olive oil with some spices. Love it. I love it. But I was really not only surprised that I liked it, but that my kids liked it. I mean, all of them. Even when they were tiny, they loved yellow squash cooked like this. So I will try now. I will try to make some kind of casserole and see how that turns out. But this is really a go-to thing in the summertime when we have a lot of squash out in the gardens, or when they have them on sale at the stores. Then this is really a wonderful vegetable to cook. It's because it's really easy like this. All I did was slice that up. Just slice it up. So easy to do. Squash cooks fairly quick, especially the yellow squash. Green squash, zucchini, it takes a little bit longer. You can cook it the same way. It's really good this way too. But I mean, I like zucchini cooked all kinds of ways. I like the yellow squash cooked this way better than the zucchini. But the zucchini one is good as well. I like to do different things with it. I cook more other casseroles and stuff with the zucchini squash. But the yellow squash, I don't put it in a whole lot of dishes. Simply because I don't like it mushy. I like it this way. I really do. I'll tell y'all the truth there. I just do. I like it. Okay. About like that. I don't know if y'all can quite tell. I hope you can. Not too thin, not too thick. Kind of like you might slice some potatoes. So, yeah, there we go. I have one more to do. One more. Whoops. Going all over the place. I had one that had some bad spots. I had to cut off of it. If you find yours is like that, just cut the bad spots off. Keep your good spots. Keep the good. Whatever's left that's good. When a vegetable, most of the time, if a vegetable has a bad spot on it, it doesn't mean the entire thing is bad. Cut it off and look at the rest of it. And you'll know. I'm cooking almost all of it. I've taken off the teeny weeny ends. Now I did take off the top part earlier. So they were good. Okay, so that's that. That's that. Nice and easy. Got a little spot. Okay, now I'm going to do my onions. And I'm going to go ahead and heat up my oil, I think. Get that done. Like I say, with the onion, it's up to you if you want onions. If you want to put garlic in there, you can. I have never put garlic in mine. I use garlic in a lot of things, but I haven't put it in my yellow squash. I don't know if I just haven't done it yet. I might sometime. But my family likes it like this, so this is the way we do that. Okay. And let me rinse this off real quick. When you rinse your onions off, it makes them less slippery. I like to dry them too. Because an onion, if you don't do that, it has this slippery stuff. This just makes it easier to work with. I have a brown spot in the middle of my onion, and I have to cut it out. Oh no! Phooey! Phooey! Part of my onion is not good. So, but part of it is. So, I take out the bad part, and I keep the good part. Yep. Not cool. Cut the bad part out. That didn't look too good. Alright. Well, it's enough onion for me to work with though. Whew. I can feel the onions always get to my eyes. That one's good. And just cut any part off that you don't like the looks of. Whew, my eyeballs. Okay. If the rest of it looks good, go ahead and use it. Okay, I didn't like the looks of this stuff, so I will pitch this. Yeah. Okay. That didn't look so good. But it's just like I got through telling y'all. Just because part of it looks bad doesn't mean the entire thing is. You just have to make a decision on what looks alright. Okay, so I'm going to cut these in some bigger kind of chunks. So normally I would have sliced it all up that way, but so this way. They got the top and the bottom, or whichever way it is, top and bottom. And I'm going to cut it like this. Okay? So it's not like hamburger slices, it's just other kind of decent big chunks. Okay. So that's what that is. And it would have been the whole thing had I not took out the middle. So, and then when I take it apart, it's like that. See? I'll take it apart. Take those pieces apart like that. So they're kind of big pieces. I don't want them too little or too big. That's me. I always do that. And you'll learn that. Okay, so those are done. Let's do this one. See, I took out the whole inside part. Had to. But this will be enough onions for that anyway. That's alright. And if I don't have onions, I'll make it without onions sometimes. And I can cook onions really, you can cut them any size, it does not matter. But if you cut them too small, they're going to cook a little too fast. So, doing them this way, I like to have them about like that. Not like that. Just about like that. Still together, you know. Once they come apart, they'll be smaller. These here, there we go. 3 good sized ones. Whoops. Ooh, sorry about that. And we're done with that part. All we gotta do now is saute them. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, about 3 tablespoons of oil, I think. So, 1. I'm going to put this on medium high actually to get warm because we're already ready for it. 1, 2, 3, so at least 3, I'm putting 4. I'm putting 4 tablespoons, okay? I'm so used to just doing it and not measuring it. So it looked like it needed a little bit more from me. Okay, so 4 tablespoons of olive oil. If you do not have olive oil, you can use vegetable oil, but it gives it a different taste. This is a really good way to use olive oil on your vegetables, and it gives it just a really good taste. And olive oil is really healthy for you if you can use that one. I don't always have it on hand. There's a lot of times that I use the regular vegetable oil, but in this I do like to use it. If I have it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. This is starting to get warm. I just put them on in. Whoops. And they will shrink down. Okay. I'm wondering if I put them in a big enough pan. Okay. I gotta let them cook down a little bit. And so I'll be turning the camera off and letting them cook down. So I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, y'all. It's only been about 3 minutes, and I'm just starting to turn these a little bit. I'm going to bring the camera up here so y'all can see better. So it was only about 3 or 4 minutes. These here are already starting to change, and I'm starting to turn them over. Now, what it looks like, they change color. See, they turn a light yellow, where you can't see through them, but they're definitely not the white anymore. See, these are the thick white, and then these get softer. You can tell they're just soft. They're soft inside. And really, they don't have to cook too much more than that. But I have to get all of them cooked. So, I'm going to turn those and try to put the cooked ones that look like they're cooked. I'm going to try to put them on the top. And if I had a bigger skillet for this, I guess I should have used a bigger skillet. Sometimes I'll do them in a double batch. Especially when I'm cooking a lot of other things with them. So today, I'm just doing them like this. Okay. So they have cooked for about 6 minutes. About 6 minutes now, I think. Turn that off. Well, it's going to stay on. Whoops, I just messed up my clock. Okay. Anyway, so they're turning translucent. They're just cooking in that oil, and that olive oil. That olive oil really gives it a wonderful taste. It really does. Okay, so some of these are almost cooked. Almost. That one's not. That one's not. Now, if you have a bigger pan and you can cook them all at one time, that's good. I still have this bowl, the rest of that bowl. The ones that are already cooked, I'm putting over here to the side, right there. Right there. Like I say, they do cook pretty quick. You just have to get out the ones that are cooking. Turn them over. Now these things cook quick. It's not like cooking potatoes. Oh, and when they start getting brown, little bits of brown, oh my goodness. Wow, that means it's going to be great. Okay? So I let them cook and get a little bit softer, and they turn that opaque look, put it to the side, cook the others, and then I'll kind of just put them all back down in it and change it just like when you're doing potatoes. Because I want them to get a little tiny bit of that brown color on them. Now, like I say, if you was cooking in a real big skillet, you could get this done real quick. All of them. I just watch them. Move them around. Move those so that I can see these. That one's not cooked yet. But olive oil is really good for you. Now I'm making them in this pan because a lot of you probably use this size skillet. This is I guess this is an inch. And I try to cook a lot of things in the dishes that you guys will probably use at home. I do that on purpose. So, because I think it, you know, it helps y'all to know how much is going to fit in your pan, kind of what you're doing. It's a good thing to know. You don't always think about that till you get to cooking something. You're like, well, what size, you know, what should I use? You know, how big a pan? And I do teach a lot of young people that are just learning. I have a lot of young people, young girls, that have just started cooking, and young married couples, and older ones. I have some men that are out there that are cooking, that like the way that I teach, and they're learning how to cook. And I have a young man who loves getting in the kitchen and cooking. He's something special. He'll be a great cook one day. And then a couple of guys, young guys anyway. And then older people that are professional workers. You know, they're learning how to get back in the kitchen and learning how to do different foods, how to bake different things. You know, not everybody's always had somebody in the kitchen at home to teach them, especially nowadays, because Mama's always going to work. She doesn't have time to cook, near less teach the kids how to cook. And I really feel for a lot of the women that just haven't had time to do that. And anyway, I'm trying to help them out. I like to help anybody out that I can. And I teach my things step by step. And I do that on purpose. I want to help people. So I hope that I help you or help somebody else. So my videos do get a little bit long because I do that. Now sometimes I will stop the camera and you know, come back and finish up or something, show you. I tell you exactly what I do though. How long it takes. Everything like that. I try. I try. Alright, these are cooking really good. Really good. That one needs to cook a little more. That one's got some brown on it. These are wonderful. Now, in the inside, almost looks kind of green. I don't know if y'all can see that. Some of the inside, right around in the middles of them, it looks like a yellowish green. Yeah, that means they're almost done. It does that opaque look and kind of yellowish green. Let that one cook some more. Yeah, several of these are about done. This might be too small. Excuse me. See how that has that brownish? Has that brownish look on the outside. A little bit of brown. It's not crunchy or nothing. It's very soft. Very soft. I don't want them to just fall apart. So when they start to fall apart, I don't want to cook them anymore. I want them to be just like that one, actually. Just like that one. Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to put some salt and pepper. I just sprinkle it in. And some pepper. I have my heat down on medium. I had it on just for up on medium medium high for like the first 3 minutes to get really hot. But then I turned it down to medium. So it's been on medium almost the whole time. Almost the whole time. I cook a lot on medium. If you're ever watching me cook and you're in doubt of what temperature I have, most of the time it's going to be on medium. Most of the time. Yum! These things are so good. I could eat all of them. It wouldn't be good for me to eat all of them, but I could. They're that tasty. Okay, some of these, like this one. Okay, so I see this one's starting to fall apart in the middle. I think y'all can see it if I have it like that. Oh, I can't tell with my camera. If the inside starts falling apart, you know it's done, okay? I'm going to see if I can get my camera a little bit closer again. Hope you guys can see, and I hope it's clear enough. But these are totally done. They're done. Wonderful. Oh, let me put a little bit of garlic salt on them. A little bit of garlic salt. I just sprinkle it in, just like I do salt and pepper. Sometimes that's just how I cook. That is just how I do it. Now these are done. Ooh, look at the wonderful brown on the outside. On the edges, there's brown. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. I don't want to overcook them, and they are done. Most of them are here. Oh, look at that brown. That looks so good. So good. I did that one. Need to cook some more. That one. And the real soft ones, I'm going to get these out of here. Get them out. Mmm, yum. And I do try to drain off some of the grease. Some of the olive oil. Yeah, some of the olive oil. I try to drain it out a little bit. It will collect that between that and juices. Some of this is juice because vegetables have a lot of juice in them. They have liquid. They have water. So some of this is actually water from the juice, from the inside of the squash. Most all vegetables retain and hold in water. Wonderful. Oh, that looks good. Okay, these are all done. I hope y'all can see exactly what I'm doing here. Yeah. You can see this too. Good. There. Perfect. Only a very few are not cooked. Alright. I didn't have to put too much olive oil, too much salt and pepper or garlic salt. I just put a little bit. You kind of can make it taste your way. You'll get used to how much you want to put in it. These are done. Some of them are trying to fall apart. That's okay. Anyway, these things, for vegetables, these things just melt in your mouth. I hope that you guys enjoy them and like them as much as I do. I'm going to hold that up off the burner. I'll let it cool off a little bit now. Because I'm going to put those others in a moment. I can do them off camera, I suppose. But you see how these shrunk down? You need to make quite a bit. they shrink. Let that cool for just a second. See that pan? It shrunk. That's what size they are now. That's why you have to make that amount. Okay? Excuse me. Alright, now this is hot. It's going to splatter probably when I put this in. A couple of them. I'm going to put these in. And I'm going to put my onions in. Like I said, if you'd had a big skillet, you can put them all in at one time. And just get them all done at once. That one wants to stick together. Okay. Now I'll do part of this here off camera, but I wanted y'all to see exactly what it did. I just got to do the same thing with these. I'm going to let these cook a little bit. Making that oil go around. You can add some more oil if you want to. This might be enough, but I do still have the onions too. But they don't take very much. I think it'll be enough. I don't really think I need to add more. I'm going to go ahead and put some salt and okay, y'all. So my camera stopped, but y'all didn't really miss anything. All I did, I already had these put in the pan, and they've just been cooking a little bit. I put some salt and pepper on them, and they're going to be great. They're just cooking. I'm going to put some garlic salt on them, and just turn these over. Most of these are about half done already. And y'all already know, because I showed you how to do them. So you didn't miss anything. And I can still stop the camera a little bit. I'll go ahead and do these a little bit more and then I'll stop the camera. But y'all know what to do now. I really hope you guys try them like this. These things, they melt in your mouth. I mean, for a vegetable, it's that good. They actually literally seem to melt in your mouth. I love them. Love them. And like I said, my kids love them. And that's amazing. And my kids do eat most all vegetables. But they love this stuff. And you have to cook quite a bit if you have a family that wants a whole lot of them. You really do. So, I'm flipping them over. They're doing it one by one. That does take time. But I'll tell you what, it's worth it. This stuff is so good. But cook up several of the squash, or you won't have enough. You won't have enough. Yeah, try making it. Yeah, I think you'll be very pleased. And it's easy. It's easy. But I know there's a lot of people that have never had squash done like this, and it's so good. Now, you can eat squash, yellow squash, raw, okay? You don't even have to cook it. So if you want to do these, just cook them half as much as I did, that is fine too. If you want to use less oil of the olive oil, excuse me, if you want to use less olive oil and just cook them halfway, you can't go wrong with this. Because squash you can eat raw. So if you're only cooking it halfway, that's okay too. So when it comes to squash, you can eat it raw, you can saute it, you can bake it, you can cook it on the grill. What's left? You can roast it. Do not boil it. No, don't do that. Then you're going to end up with mush. And you don't have to add any water to it because it's all got enough, it has enough in it by itself. So you can cook it every which way you want, but not boiled. Or you can eat it raw. A little bit more salt and pepper. Yeah, it's got enough pepper. So these are about done. I see little bits of brown in them. I was talking. Ooh, yum. Oh, that's the pepper too. Y'all, this looks good. Got two of them that are almost just slightly cooking. So not cooked as much as the others, and that's okay, because like I said, you can eat it raw. So you can make them really soft, or you can make them just kind of, when you cook them, do a little bit of both and taste of it. See if you like them really soft, or if maybe you like some of that white still in there and it's a little bit crunchy. That's got a great flavor too. Okay, so you can cook these away. You can cook them just half as long as I did, or you can cook them just as long. These are done. These are done. Yum. Yum. And I did not cook the onion yet. I'll just put them on top. But you can cook the onion in the same pan while you're cooking them if you have room. I just didn't have room. I didn't feel I had room. I'll check my camera. Okay. So, now I'll cook my onions. And I could have cooked the onions first. It doesn't matter how you want to do it. You cook whatever way works for you. My onions are still in big pieces here. Let's break them up. Break them up. As they're cooking, they'll help you break them up. They'll come apart. Well, anyway. Now, onions won't take as long. Onions only take maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. They don't really take very long. It's up to you if you want them crunchy or if you want them real soft. So, vegetables are just wonderful. I'm just trying to get the onions in pieces. Usually I'll take the onions, but I put them in there and I'll take them apart. So you've seen me do that in some of my different videos. But you can kind of break them apart as they're cooking. After they've been in here a little bit, they kind of come apart easier by themselves. Look at that. Mmm. Yum. Oh my goodness, wonderful. Onions. Onions, just like this. They're delicious too. There's nothing better. Actually, there's nothing better than onions, garlic, sauteed. Sauteed onions and garlic cooking. I mean, that's the best. That's the best. But these things, these squash are really, really tasty. Look how quick that's cooking. Onions do not take long. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and pepper. I still have this on medium. A little bit of garlic salt. It's up to you. If you want salt and pepper and garlic salt, that's totally up to you. This is great. Look at this. This squash is so good, and you really do need to cook quite a bit. This was only 3 squash. And it does not make a whole lot. My family, 2 people can eat that. 3 anyway. With 4, we like it so much there's not enough for 4 people here. There's not. I say 3. About 1 squash per person. There you go. 1 medium squash. Decent size. Medium small. 1 medium small squash per person. If you like squash. And I think you will like it after you've had it this way. Oh, they smell good. They smell so good. These are almost done. Got 1 more minute. About 1 more minute. Yeah. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. So these have cooked for another 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, probably 2 minutes. Look at them, beautiful. And I want you to see the brownish? I hope y'all can see the brownish on these onions. The best flavor. Oh my goodness, you guys. These onions have the salt and pepper and garlic and stuff that was kind of in the oil. See, there's not much oil. There's not much left. There's like a tablespoon, about a tablespoon left. Now, that is also part of the juices. Now, when this was cooking, this here has some of the squash juice cooking in it, and that olive oil, because, like I said, the squash had a lot of water, its own liquid. Onions have its own liquid in it. So, there was not much oil, even though it looked like so much when these were cooking up. That was a lot of that moisture. That's why that's why they're so small. All that moisture came out. You now have your squash. I'm going to scoot this over, and I'm going to heat my squash up in a moment. So you can do it like that. Just because it was in this pan, I didn't have it covered, so I should have, but I'm just going to kind of warm it up. Now you could cook all of it together if you want to. You can cook it all together if you want to, or or separately like I just did. I mean, there's times when I would have 2 skillets going to cook it faster, or if I'm making a whole lot. Because most of the time with my family, I need twice that much. So I could use 2 pans and make twice that much. And they need it too. Yeah, I'm just zapping it a little bit to get it warmer. Like that, turn it over. I'm just heating it up right now. I don't want it to get cook too much more and be mushy. Which would still be good when it's cooked like this. It's just got so much flavor. It has so much flavor. It is wonderful. Just getting it warm. Yum. Absolutely delicious, y'all. I hope you guys try it like this. I really, really do. I sure hope you do. So y'all gotta give me a thumbs up. And leave me a comment. Tell me if you try it. Subscribe to my channel. I think you'll like it. I have all kinds of things on there. I'm putting out videos every week. I make all kinds of stuff. Casseroles, main dishes, pies, desserts, breads, cornbread. I make everything. But I hope y'all like my video and the way that I do it. I hope that you subscribe. Leave me a comment. I'll be plating this up in a minute. I think I will now. This is done. I just wanted to heat it up a little bit. I really didn't mean to cook it too much. I don't want it mushy. But this stuff is going to have so much flavor anyway that it is just absolutely delicious. And I know most people think of squash. They don't like squash. And like I said, when I was a kid, I did not like squash. But I never had it like this. I mean, it's so good. It's, even as a kid, if I'd have had this, I'd rather have this than candy. I'm telling you, I love vegetables. And this way, this melt in your mouth good. I'm going to put these onions around the outside. And some of them on top. Get them off that burner. I'm just about to cook it too much by heating it back up. But I didn't want it to be cold. Yum. And onions are going to have the best flavor too. Turn that off. I am done. I am done, y'all. Look at this squash. Yum. I got the onions on top. You can't see that. Can you see it? Yum. I hope you guys try this. This is tasty. Sauteed. Yum. I can't help it, y'all. I want y'all to try this. It's so good. It's so good. Look at that. Wonderful. These are good. These are so good. And I'm telling you, look at the size. This is a little corningware dish. Those 3 squash, you really do need at least 3/4 of each squash to be for one person. So almost 1 squash each. Almost. At least half. No less than that. 3 squash. If I was trying to do 6, this just don't seem like enough for 6 people, y'all. To me, it's enough for 3 people. Yeah. So, alrighty. Alright. I'm going to put some on a plate now, and I'm going to taste it, dig in, and tell you how good it is. Yum. Alright. Right back. Okay, y'all. It's time to eat. Yum. So I'm going to get me some of these. Oops. I do hope you guys could see that up close. It was so good, y'all. These are so good. And with the onions, this is excellent. This is going to be excellent. Yeah. I hope y'all could see all that. And if you don't like onions, don't put onions in it. Okay. Let me get a few more here. I like onions. And it's a good thing because onions are really good. They have a lot of antioxidants in it. And they're really good for your body. They're good for inflammation. You have any problems with that? Oh my goodness. Oh, this looks good. I'm gonna eat it. Okay. Now, you see how much is left? Y'all can see that, right? Not a whole lot in that. So you need to make quite a bit of your, see a little bowl? Now y'all might eat a lot less than that. I love squash. But you gotta think now, I have the squash in here. I also have onions all in here. This is great. This is just great. All right. Our Father in heaven, I want to thank you for helping me to make another good dish. I want to thank you, Father, for all my friends and family, and thank you for my viewers. Father, thank you for taking good care of all of us. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your help and your guidance. Thank you for your love, Father. Thank you for your Son. Father, I ask you to bless this food and help to nourish my body and anybody else that makes it. Thank you, Father, for everything you do for us. Thank you. Thank you. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. All right. Yum. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Mmm. I love squash. I love squash cooked this way. Yeah, that is so good. The flavor. It's really difficult for me to tell you how this tastes. It has a mellow taste. It's not real spicy. It's not... All vegetables have their own taste. This definitely has its own, and it's really hard for me to come up with some way of explaining it. But cooked this way, I like the texture. I like the taste. I love it. I love it. To me, I just say it melts in my mouth because I like it so much. There's not too many foods that I don't like. I like almost everything. But if I cook something, if I put it on YouTube, more than likely it's going to be something that's just so good you guys are going to love it too. Because I try to put only really good things out there. Now I do know some people just don't like squash and certain other things. And I understand that. That's okay. But I do hope that you'll try it. Because I know from myself when I was a kid and all that I didn't like squash. I didn't like it. But when I had it like this, I love it. I love it. I eat it like this. Usually there's two ways I eat it the most. One is like this, sauteed, or fresh in a salad, just cut up, raw. I like that too. So those are the two ways I eat squash, this yellow squash, the most. I eat other squashes cooked, baked, roasted, in casseroles, everything. So I'll be showing y'all a bunch of them. But this is how I do my yellow squash. This way, sauteed or raw in salads. Oh, talk about tasty onion. Sauteed onions are so good. But done with the squash like this, oh yeah. Oh yes. Look at that. Look at that. Got squash, got onion falling off my fork. Oh, it's melting in your mouth good. It's good. I hope you guys try this. I really do. If you do, and you like it, give me a thumbs up. Or if you just like the way I did the video, and you know, even if you don't care for squash and you watched it, I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something about something that I talked about. I try to give out all kinds of information in all my videos. So yeah, let me know what you think. Leave me a give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Subscribe to my channel. That helps a lot. I love that. Oh, I love it. Every time I get a new subscriber, makes my day. Oh yes. Oh yes. So yeah, subscribe to my channel. Check out all my videos. Like I say, I'm doing all kinds of new videos every week. I try to put out a couple every week. But I will always get at least one. But really, I'm trying to do several. And I try to do a good variety. So I'm putting out meats, main dishes, side dishes, casseroles, vegetables, soups, salads, breads, cornbread. I did biscuits and I did my buttermilk biscuits, my skillet cornbread. I have cobblers, pies, a little bit of everything. So I hope that y'all check out my channel, and I hope you subscribe. And thank you so very, very much for watching. Thanks for putting in the time and watching all the way through. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So as always, bye. I almost forgot, y'all, to tell you what the parsley was for. Parsley flakes. Sorry about that. You just sprinkle it on top if you like parsley. There you go. Isn't that pretty? That's what the parsley's for. You don't have to use it if you don't like it, but it's just pretty. Yay!